good because I just want to get out. The other day in class, this teacher was giving us a bunch of work, and I just kept, come on, you know, we've had it so long, and I've just had enough. All we want is out, you know, out. Yeah. Do you? And it's just gonna feel really super good. And all these girls are gonna cry and stuff. They even started crying at practice, but I couldn't believe it, you know. But I got college, so then that's more something that I don't have to do myself, I guess. I'm not afraid. I guess I've always been by myself, but, you know, it'll be nice to move out of this house and just be on my own, kind of. It'll be so much better.
My little girl is finally growing up. She's going to be a little lady now.
You can't put that one on. Put dresses on lately because I've been wearing them. Can't get over my legs. They're showing once again.
You mean you have legs, right?
Yeah.
Huh?
You want an ice cream too? Okay, somebody else needs. You can be in charge of ice cream first.
Oh, it's not right.
Okay, Mark, you can be my plate handler too.
You make it
Want a big one? Yeah, you got it. Want a piece, Barb?
Give Nancy a little bitty one.
A little bitty one with lots of frosting.
Do you want a bitty one? Good?
Graduating felt great because now it's over, you know, it's all over.
Eddie,
Done
one
with. I don't
little
have to go to
beginning.
school anymore.
Lori's just beginning.
I just sent a card to you yesterday, and I knew you didn't get it, and it said, all I wanted was you to come home. And that's what I told Jeannie, too. But anyways, so you were here, and then it just flipped me out really bad because I was at a party, and I was kind of loaded, and I didn't know what to think, you know. And then all of a sudden, Jeannie comes walking out. I couldn't believe that she did that. Because Jeannie, all the way from California, too, God, I couldn't believe that. And it was really neat. And that's the best graduation present I could ever get, too. Because I don't want anything else. This is nice. Because how often can I see you guys, you know?
Yeah, what was it like bringing up a daughter after you had 2 grown daughters?
Well, everything was fine. Until her mother passed away, then I had to do it by myself. Then I had to be both mother and father.
And I was scared of that. That's just when I needed one. I needed Mom because I was just grown up, you know? And I needed her. I needed help to help me be a woman, you know what I mean?
Tell you about the things.
Yeah, there were so many things I had to find out the bad way. That was really a drag that I would have wished I had a mom to tell me about, you know?
Maybe she told you, maybe she wouldn't.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. Did she ever tell you?
No.
No.
We never knew anything.
But me and Mom were close, though, you know, 'cause I spent all my time with her. Well, on weekends and stuff. Dad always worked, but I was with her a lot.
Well, after being married 28 years and knowing your mother the way you know your mother, how close we were, we've done everything together, and all of a sudden I have nothing. I have an emptiness. Where my house used to be full with all the relations and everything. It's everything, Barbara. It's very hard. It's very hard to explain. I'm very happy with the woman I married. I don't think I'd have married anybody else. Then maybe, I don't know, maybe I got married too soon, but I don't think so. I can't live by myself.
Well, when I got married to your dad, it was like starting new life again. Second time around.
Well, how did it feel to have another daughter?
Well, it was different starting with a 12-year-old, you know, than starting with a little baby. Because usually by 12 years old, you're kind of set in your ways and you're partly grown up by then. So it's a whole new experience.
You can never compare two women, one with the other. If you do, it's not being fair to the other person. So what I try to do was just try to make a life as of May 11th, 1972. I often used to think about why did I ever leave New York, and because I was going to school at the time. I was going to pattern making school, and I was going to be a designer in women's apparel, and I was just starting to, let's say, hit a certain level where I was starting to go ahead. And then your mother decided, well, we're never going to get no place working for somebody. Let's go in business, and we did. The first 3 or 4 years, I regretted it. It deprived me of my children, deprived me of everything. I had no life of my own. And basically, when you figure out how much he was making dollar for dollar, hour for hour, I was only making about 10 cents an hour.
Yeah.
But I was the only one that never had any money.
What do you mean you didn't have any money?
I never had any money to buy my children anything.
Oh, you mean even when you was working?
Even when I was in the restaurant business, they all had money, but I never had nothing.
Who all had the money? Who all?
Well, my partners.
Yeah, I remember
Until
when
I
you used to
learned
go
the
hustle
business.
pool.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, they had it tough when they were small. This one here's got it easy compared to those two.
But you had them both through all your childhood.
No, we didn't have them both when we
Didn't
were.
you really?
No, we didn't. Because they were so busy wrapped up in themselves and in what they were trying to get done with their work that,
That you didn't have them either?
no. They were 10, 12, 14, 16 hours a day. You know, we'd see them in
So it wasn't
passing.
even- Yeah.
Because I was so involved with business and stuff like that I really never had time to understand my children. And my children never understood me.
Maybe that's why we're so much like Mom, is because, well, she was with me a lot, but Jeannie and Barb said that she wasn't with them that much.
Yes, she was.
That's the old place.
Wow, look at that sign. That's really weird.
Whistle stop?
Is that the same place?
Yeah.
When
They
did
said
it
the whole
get,
front remodeled.
when did they do
Let's
that?
see, 58.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I
Well-
like it better that way.
Yeah, they used to have rooms up here, and we used to go up there and play. Then they had this old attic that was way in the back, and used to go all the way back. And we used to go up there and play hide and seek, and
Is there somebody in the window?
probably Barbara.
None of my girls were sports-minded like I was.
Weren't you?
And this is the only thing that I missed.
I am now.
Like you see other fathers, let's say, with their boys, with playing baseball, playing football, or whatever, playing golf and bowling, and thank God I had 3 good girls, and I'm satisfied. But I did wish I had a boy, just to carry the name, my father's name.
Oh, there's the old stork.
Yes, very pregnant.
Oh, I guess, God. Was I a big baby?
You were a cute baby.
Hairy, huh?
Very hairy.
Was I, fat?
Not so much fat. No. This was really a neat time because it kind of brought everybody close together again.
Well, when your mother died, I no longer wanted to live. I didn't care whether I lived or whether I died. Because that's the best part of my life went away from me. And we've struggled all through our lives, and we're thinking about, well, when we're 55 years old, we'll have enough collateral equity, and we'll be able to go any place we wanted to and do anything we wanted. I wanted to retire at 55, and your mother was going along with it 100%. And this was our goal. As soon as I started getting on my feet, really going for that goal, then your mother got sick and took it away from me, and I no longer wanted to live. I've got no more drive, no more ambition.
And I didn't know what I'd do without her. 'Cause that's hard, you know. 'Cause when you're only just turning into a woman and a teenager, you don't know what it's like. And you needed her. I needed her a lot. And she always did everything for me, 'cause I didn't really know Dad. 'Cause I was Saturday, we always went to Erie, and she took me to my dancing lessons and my organ lessons, you know. And she even made me do 2, 4, 6, 3, 6, 9, and however those go, you know. All the time, she just always wanted me to be something. And when she was gonna die, I just got scared. I guess I ruined a lot of things that she was trying to make me do, because I just didn't care anymore.
Mom and Laurie used to go up and down like a yo-yo. They used to fight like crazy. When your mother used to take her down to ballet, she would come home and she would tell me, never again, I will never take her again, that little monster, that little this, that little that. And I said, well, it's your daughter, it's my daughter, what are you going to do? You have to bear with it, we're bringing them up like that. And they used to fight all the time.
I just felt like I'd have her forever then. if I knew her really good when she died. And I did, because she always wanted to talk to me. I remember when she came home from the hospital the first time, it was really neat because she had some of her strength then. And we walked around the household, and I had to kind of help her. But it was really neat because we just talked and we walked around the yard, you know.
We had to get that hospital bed in here, and she says, I want it over by the window because when the snow flies, I love the snow. I want to see the snow. And do you know it never snowed?
And she wanted to see snow so bad, and I was so mad at God, I just wanted to give up on him because he couldn't give her that, you know. How could he not give her that? If God's as powerful as they say, wouldn't he have given it to her, you know? Something that she wanted, that's all she wanted to see, was snow before she died. But then one night, in the middle of the night, I heard her crying, and she was in the bathroom, on the bathroom floor, and she couldn't get up because she was too weak. And she was just crying. And Dad, I went in and woke him up because I couldn't lift her. And he took her back to bed, and he kind of yelled at her for not staying in bed and waking him up, you know, to help her. Because, you know, he said you shouldn't have done that because you could have hurt yourself really bad. He said, you know, he wanted to carry her. But, like, even now, sometimes I get scared because she was like behind the door, you know, when I found her. And sometimes I go in there, and when the door's halfway open, I think that she's there or something. Even now, I mean, like it's 6 years later almost.
Well, Lori was very good. Lori was kind of concerned about Mom, and she sort of helped me with everything. And she did everything Mom told her, and she did everything I told her. She's a very, very good girl. She used to play the organ every night, play for her mother. Mother be in bed, she'd play for her. She's very good. She's very good with when Mom was sick. And then that particular night when Mama died, Lori couldn't sleep. She was very disturbed. And I tried to get her to go to sleep, and she wouldn't sleep. So I put her on the couch here and gave her a cover and put her down, turned the lights off, and when I went inside, Mama died.
Dad told me to call the doctors, but I couldn't. I couldn't believe that she was dead, you know. That she just wasn't breathing anymore, and then she was dead, and that was all there was to it.
When Mom died, before she died, just knowing that she was dying was killing me inside. I didn't know how I was going to cope with it, and yet the doctors told me that there was no hope. There was no way that she's going to survive. But I didn't believe it. And, I still don't believe it until today. And I will not go to the cemetery because I won't go there, because I don't feel she's there. And it's been very hard for me. This is why I got married, figured I'd start a different life. And I started going with different women. And I would take Lori with me and have her meet the different people. Well, she didn't like this one, she didn't like that one, she didn't like that one. And I figured, well, it doesn't make no difference who I marry or what I do. She is never going to like anyone like she did her mother. And there's no replacement. So we just did the best we can for a while until I met Florence, and we went out and I enjoyed her company. She could do everything that I wanted to do. Dancing, drinking, she sings and does it all. And I figured, well, this is the woman I wanted.
But I could never be like a real mother. I mean, I'd never expect to take her mother's place. I said, even if we just could be just real good friends, consider me a friend, you know. But she just didn't want to be close. And how many times I'd sit her down and I'd go, Lori, and I'd tell her how nice it would be if we just could get along, just give in a little bit, you know. And she would just sit there and look at me and just not say anything.
I guess I was really bitter because Dad only waited 6 months before he got married, and I think he should have waited longer. Because I don't think he really even knew her enough to marry her.
Then he started to come a couple nights a week. And he says, I like you a lot. He said, you're the first person that I like. I said, I like you too. And I did. And he says, well, he said, if I don't get married, he says, I think I'll die. So then he asked me to marry him.
when he told me they were getting married, you know what I did? I ran in my room and I started screaming. And I really was flipping out. I ran, I took off, I rode my bike all over. I didn't come home till really late. I couldn't believe that he couldn't tell me alone. He had to tell me when she was sitting right there. That's what got me so bad, is that he couldn't tell me all by himself. 'Cause I needed that, you know. I needed to talk about it with him, but with her there I couldn't.
And because she resented me, and then she couldn't get close to Dad because she resented me because I married Dad. And she thought that maybe I was going to get all his love, and that wasn't true. Because I didn't marry him for that kind of love. I mean, I married like more for companionship, and I just wanted to have somebody to take care of again. And how nice to have a daughter too.
But there is a resentment there, and I have to live with it. I can't do nothing else. I'm not going to hurt my daughter, I'm not going to hurt my wife. So I keep it all inside.
I went over and above what I should do. I mean, I treated her better than I did even my own kids, you know. I pampered her and I did things for her, and I let her do a lot of things I knew she shouldn't, but I didn't have any say-so. I mean, I could never say, you can't do this, you can't do that, because the decision was always Dad's.
I couldn't cope with it. Because I didn't want her moving into my mother's house or my house. Because I was being a little housewife and cooking and stuff, and Dad would help me. And we just did everything together. Or else I would just take off by myself, but I didn't like her being here.
It's something that you can't put your finger on. It's just there's an ill feeling that you just don't relax when you come into the house. The only time you relax is when you go out of the house.
Why? What do you think it is?
Because it's not the house the woman belongs in. I don't have no more friends. The way the conditions are, they don't bother with me, because my wife doesn't bowl, my wife doesn't golf, she doesn't play cards, she doesn't do nothing. And this is something that was part of my life.
All my relatives seem to have deserted us. And our family used to be like this, and it's just not like that anymore. I guess maybe Dad helped pull me away too, 'cause he pulled himself away, but I tried not to let that happen to me, but it did.
She can't lean on me because I got married again, and I'm sort of in the middle. I swell up on the inside because I just keep quiet and don't say what should be said, and I don't do what should be done. But what do? Do I deprive her a little bit of happiness that she has? I'm depriving myself, yes, but not her. See, a lot of people can give you suggestions. They can tell you what to do or what not to do. But unless you're in this predicament, unless you're in my shoes and see what's going on and have your little baby growing up and not able to do what you really want to do because you know how the hurt that she has inside of losing everything she's ever had.
He just wants her to be happy. He just wants her to be happy, and with the idea thinking, well, she's going to get older someday, and she'll be on her own, but still, I still say, as you know, from the 13 to 18, she should have had a little guidance, and I could have given it to her.
One's jealous of the fact that one can go out every night in the week, and the other one is jealous because she has the love of her father. And neither one really ever got to learn to relax with one another.
He's the type that go, well, it's water under the bridge. That's his saying. He said that's all in the past. Let it go. But then, like I said, you keep saying that, and sometimes the bridge is going to get flooded over too.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't do such a good job at that.
I don't do justice to Florence because she's such a happy person that I really don't give her a chance to be happy.
Sometimes it seemed like Florence would want to love him, but he wouldn't want to give love because he didn't feel enough.
I can't give it because I don't feel it. Let's say even with my, relationship with my wife, I don't have no feeling, no nothing, and it's terrible. that I can't be fair with my second wife.
I love him very much, and he loves me, I know that. And so this is what, I think what we've gone through the last 5 years is even given us something even strong, you know, something real strong to live with and live by.
But I felt like I lost him because I just didn't talk to him anymore. There just wasn't nothing. And it just slowly went to nothing. And it's nothing. Once in a while we have a good talk, but that's once in a great while. I guess I want them all to myself when I have them, you know, because I have them so very little. I guess, you know, he's all I have here to me, and I want them all, and I don't have them. But now it's different because I have Mark, and he helps me a lot, you know, he really does. I need him because I did nothing except for go get high or go drink or something, you know, with my friends. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything worth it. My grades were really bad in school. And Mark came around, and he was a smart, really smart, you know. I think he's a real smart ass all the time, so I always had to try to do better than him, you know. And he got me spunky again, and I wasn't spunky for so long. And then, you know, getting high or drinking wasn't important anymore. Just being in with him was enough, and, you know, and it changed my life a lot. He did. He made it a lot better.
And well, she's 18 now. Well, she was 16 when she went with him. I say she was a woman then, really. But Dad always thought she was a little girl, you know, a little girl. And I go, she's a woman, Eddie, you know. And that's when the change really came about. That's when I could, little by little, I could get through to her, and she'd listen to me, you know.
Mark gives me love. It's something I need, and Dad never gives that to me. He tells me he loves me, but if he didn't tell me, I sure the hell wouldn't see it.
I think the best thing that could happen is if she went to school, stays at the dorm, mixes with other people. Even if she got thrown out of school after 6, 7 months, she's been on her own. She sees what other people live like. She meets other people and sees what's going on in the world.
I'm going to be studying art, painting. I want to be a painter. That's going to be, I got a lot of work to do to get as good as I want to be.
What does it give you?
What does it give me? I guess it gives me, I guess it can express myself in a way. I just found something that I can do a little bit, and I like it.
Listen, what do you think of Lori going to be an artist?
I think that's beautiful. I just hope that she follows it all the way through. I doubt that she will, though. She's too much in love with Mark. She'll have to go 1 year, maybe 6 months, maybe 2 years. But if she can finish, I would love it. She has the money for her schooling. She's got everything going her way. But I don't know where she's gonna take it from there to be an artist. And then what does she do after she becomes an artist? After she gets out of school, what does she do then? I know where she's gonna go. She's either gonna go to New York, or go to San Francisco, or get married to Mark.
I try to show him love, you know, just by trying to talk to him and stuff, but he's always so busy with the television that he doesn't really seem to notice me, even being there half the time. And when I'm not, so I never stay home, but then he gets mad because I'm never home. But it's so boring to stay home because all he does is watch the TV. And I don't know, I think it bothers him, but it bothers me too.
It's just when I come into the house, it's like a magnet draws me into the chair, a magnet draws me onto the couch, a magnet draws me right to the TV set. I put it on, I sit there, and I'm hypnotized.
Yeah, I'm with Chief Robinson. He brought me here. Thought it'd be a nice way for me to celebrate my birthday.
No kidding. Is this your birthday?
Happy birthday. Right?
Pardon me? Okay.
I try to get attention from him so bad. I just try to get his attention from the television sets. You know, is it mine or the TV that's more important? It always was the TV, so the hell with it. You know, I don't even care. I don't care anymore.
I don't think we ought to try and dip. Your knee could hit me right in the heart.
I think the biggest thing was making the adjustment, and everything was completely new to both of us. Then we had to get to know one another and understand one another. And
It was kind of fast.
yeah.
We really didn't have a courtship, you would say. It wasn't much of a courtship.
Well, you work 7 days a week. What are you gonna do?
No, I mean, we didn't know each other that long.
Well,
I'm not talking
5
about-
months.
Not really. I mean, before we got married. Not really. But it was long. It was enough to know, really. It was.
You don't have to know each other for years and years and years. You'd know right away. Let's say if it's the right thing or the wrong thing. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I knew it. I don't know how you felt, but I
You
knew.
know I knew. That's why we got together. That's why we make a nice match.
A lot of the problem is Dad's perpetual hanging on to the past.
Well, I think Dad should let go of the past. I think he should sell the house he's living in, because God, he was married to Mom here, she died here, then he married someone else here, and they haven't been happy. And so can they be happy somewhere else? The least they could do is try.
It was just a question of nothing belonged to her. And a woman is a woman, no matter what. And they feel like they should have full control of the house.
And then when I moved in here, everything was here like when your mom was here. Everything was in place, you know. And then I was reminded of that. That's my mom. My mom did this. My mom did that. And even as far as moving the furniture around, I don't even move the furniture around. I might got a couple knickknacks now, but if you look around, it's still the same way. I mean, nothing has changed. It's for 5 years. Everything's the same except for a few things I have on the shelves there, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to explain. I never thought it would be like this, you know. I never knew that it would be this kind of a feeling.
I love Florence because she's pretty good to Dad, but I don't know. I love her for who she is, because she's a really good person, but she just has problems. But there's nothing I can help her with, really. I guess my biggest help will be when I leave, kind of. That's not nice to say, I guess, but that's how, I think that'll be my biggest help. I think she just would be better off with just Dad there, and I think they'll get along a lot better. And pretty soon they'll have that, so I'm not going to worry about it anymore. Because I won't have to feel like I'm always in their way and stopping them from doing things. Because I'm old enough to do things by myself now. Well then, see?
That's nice.
Do you like that? It's pretty weird. I haven't done watercolors in a really long time, but at least I tried. So now you can have it.
Thank you.